and aspirational. It inspires me, and I would aspire myself to do something like that in with my life, right? So, Jay sir is an entrepreneur, a technology leader, and innovator with an absolutely illustrious career spanning across private and public sector. He's passionate about improving the lives of Indian youth through technology, innovation, education, and employment opportunities. Over the last 45 years, JSR has helped to grow the Indian IT industry in his capacity of the Special Chief Secretary to the Andhra Pradesh government, and also assisted the government in bringing investments, generating employment, and encouraging innovation and startup activities in Andhra Pradesh. Right? He was head of several Indian and global industry forums such as FICCI, AmCham, TIE, HYSCA, IEEE. He was also the director of STPI, Software Technology Parks of India. Uh, and yes, founding and managing director of global technology company in India, right? So he's also co-founded Talent Sprint, a leading edutech company in India, which got acquired by NSC Academy, and of course co-founded Portal Player, which was acquired by Nvidia, a company which designed the core chip and software that powered Apple. Right? He's a mentor to entrepreneurs and students. So just and this is just talking about his past. What he's doing at present and what his mission in life is. I would want Jay sir to talk about it. So with a big round of applause, I would say everybody welcome Jay sir. Thank you, sir, for being with us on this day for our event. And I would request you to take the stage from me now.
Nant, thank you for a very gracious introduction. And first of all, I would like to congratulate you and Rishikesh and the entire team of Pitch Expo. I think it's a great initiative because we need platforms like Pitch Expo for many founders of the startups across the globe. Because in fact, our International Startup Foundation, when we started this foundation about 4.5 years back, what we noticed was many of the startups were dying in the early stage of their life, the so-called startup death valley. The reasons why they were failing were a lack of 3 M's. One is a lack of having a right kind of a mentor, lack of money at the right time, and lack of market access. I think Pitch Expo, you are trying to address all these issues and making sure that the startup founders will get the opportunity to get the investment and get a mentor and also get the market access. I really congratulate all of you who are behind this Pitch Expo, and you are making it on the go. I mean, not necessarily that once in 6 months you do one event and afterwards people have to wait for another 6 months to participate. Whereas I came to know that you are making it going to be on the go or available 24/7. I think it's a fantastic initiative. So right now, Hemant, what I am doing, before I mention what I am doing, see, I always see that wherever there is a problem, it's a big opportunity for startups. Even the current war, though it's a big problem for many countries and many people who are participating directly or indirectly, but there are a lot of opportunities for startups because of this big problem. Whenever there is a crisis, there's a lot of opportunities, particularly now in the defense sector, because all the wars are earlier when you see, I mean, 50 years or 100 years back, they're all physical wars. Now it's all technology wars. I mean, somebody has to button program certain drones to go where they have to hit, how they have to hit, and all that. Everything is a technology-driven kind of a warfare. Apart from that, cyber warfare and other, all these things are definitely great opportunities for startups. They can innovate many new inventions for the defense sector, and not only that, even the economy point of view, when the oil economy is changing dynamically because the cost prices are going up, they have to come out with some innovative solutions, how they can prevent this kind of a economic crisis driven by the oil shortage and going oil prices up and all that this thing. I think there's also in energy sector, I see a lot of startups already looking at how they can build these new innovative solutions. So I always see that whatever is happening at this point of time, wherever within the country like India or outside the country, I think there's wonderful opportunities are there. But only thing what is missing, Hemant, what you mentioned and even Hans also mentioned, the right kind of mentorship, right kind of investment for them, hand-holding, and also provide collaborative environment so that they can get the collaborations from other people, and also expose them to the markets, global markets and domestic market. I think that's where India and UAE and entire Middle East can play an important role. The reason why I see these two regions, because India with a large population, most of them are English speaking and highly educated people from the premier, not only from the premier institutions like IITs, triple IITs, IIMs and all that, but there are so many private universities have come up recently in the last 10, 20 years. They're also producing a very high quality people into the market. The availability of the people is very, very crucial. If somebody has to innovate or find out a new solution to the existing problem, somebody has to think about it. I think as NVIDIA founding chairman Jensen Huang recently in his podcast, he was telling the future is not the prompt engineers or whatever AI is thinking, but problem engineers who can identify problem and provide a solution for the problem. Those are the people which are going to really make this startups into a big opportunity. From that point of view, India plays an important role for two things. One is India with 1.4 billion population and consumer is raising. In fact, yesterday I was in a mall. Yesterday was a Sunday in Hyderabad. I went to Inorbit Mall and I couldn't manage the kind of a traffic. I mean, traffic within the mall itself, the big queues everywhere, and people are just buying whatever they're finding is attractive. I mean, that kind of consumerism is happening in India. Any product with the 1.4 billion population, and people can actually take India as a base for marketing their products or solutions. That's one. Second thing is cost-effective solutions. See, so if somebody invests $1 million in Silicon Valley, and somebody invests for a similar founding company in India, $1 million, the company in India, they can come out with a prototype with that $1 million, whereas in Silicon Valley, because of the costs, high costs involved, not only people costs and other infrastructure costs, obviously that money will be vaporized within 1 or 2 quarters. So that is the advantage that India has got at this point of time. And coming back to UAE and Middle East, as you rightly mentioned, even Hans also mentioned, you have got all the investors are available in your country. Not only that, I mean, people like you, I mean, and even Hans, the kind of ecosystem what you people have created, that ecosystem definitely useful. For example, take for example, a startup company in Hyderabad. They cannot, I mean, make their companies successful unless they go to places like Dubai or any place in UAE where there are a lot of bustling activities are there, investors are available, marketplaces are there. From there, they can expand into Europe, expand into other continents and all that. I think that a combination is a deadly combination between India and Middle East, particularly places like Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Dubai. This kind of a triangular startup ecosystem will be very, very useful. And I think all of us, we have to see that how we can help these startup companies who are struggling to find investors, struggling to find markets. That's where we need to do. And currently, what I'm doing, Hemant, particularly Rishikesh, was very much involved in a project called Rural Unicorns. See, what I noticed while promoting the startups, we promoted the startups with 3 M's and 3 C's. First M is mentoring, second M is money at the right time, the third one is go-to-market market access. Whereas 3 C's is the execution level. One is you have to connect them. You have to connect to the founders, connect to them to the mentors, connect them to the investors. So first C is very, very important. What you are doing is basically that. And the second C is also equally important. You have to enable people to collaborate. See, a lot of founders, no, I don't want to, reduce my equity. I cannot collaborate with them. That way, you will not be able to progress. So a mentor has to suggest, oh, this is the right company that you should collaborate so that you can come out with a quick solution, scalable solution. All that. So second C is important. Once you have these two, then automatically they can celebrate their success. So these 3 M's and 3 C's is our ISF formula. With that, what I noticed is in India, in particularly rural India, though we have more than 75 years of Indian independence, this thing still there are a lot of infrastructural problems in the healthcare and agriculture, everywhere. Those problems are yet to be solved. In spite of government of India pumping a lot of money, but it's getting siphoned off, and they are not really able to solve those problems. So what I noticed is when I visited a place called a small village in Orissa state, which is called Soro, which is far away from Bhubaneswar city. When somebody invited me to be chief guest for a function, I saw that all these school girls, they're all ninth grade, 10th grade school students from government school kids, and they were able to build a satellite, micro satellite, and launch it in my presence. I asked them, where did you learn this new technologies when it is not available in your textbooks, and I don't think your teachers will be able to help you. No, sir, there is a mentor from this village who lives in Chicago. He comes every 6 months. He set up a small lab. He tells us what YouTube material we have to go and learn these things. And based on that, we are able to learn all the satellite technology and build the microsatellite. For our region, today we launched it through the helium balloon, and it's able to monitor all the parameters for this hyper local issues. I was really stunned to see these kids. Many of them, they don't even wear the sandals. Such poor people are able to learn all these new technologies and launch the satellite and able to provide the services to the local industries. I think that's when I thought in the rural India, we have great innovators and there is a fire in the belly. Only thing is there are a lot of antisocial elements pushing drugs to them so that they become the drug addicts. So I thought, why don't I pull them to the right kind of addiction that's called entrepreneurial addiction. They have great ideas. They have great enthusiasm to do it. And that's when I launched this junior unicorn. It's called Junicorn, Rural Junior Unicorn. And we ran the first cohort. We wanted to take all the selected people all the way to USA. Why USA? A lot of people keep asking. Because in India still, America is a dream destination for many startup companies or many people by and large. So I thought, to ignite their ideas, to bring them up to the speed, I told them, if you are selected, I'll take you to all the way to United States where you can pitch your ideas, you will get the funding and all. That really triggered. In fact, we conducted this in 4 states, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Orissa. And we selected about 40 kids, and most of them come from the orphan schools and such category. In fact, what I noticed, though our Junicorn competition is 2 categories, one is below 18 years, one category, and 19 to 25, another category. I noticed more innovative solutions were coming below 18 years age. That's when I realized that the moment probably the people who get into the engineering degree and other higher education, their creative levels are coming down. That's the reason why probably those people are not able to compete with the kids who are less than 18 years. So my current focus is how do I nurture them? How do I identify these kids from rural India and pull them out of the drug addiction and make them successful startup entrepreneurs? That's my goal. Though the aspirational thing, junior unicorn is a as per their one day they have to become a unicorn. That sets the example. All other people, the parents in the rural area, instead of encouraging them to get into the anti-social elements, they'll be able to tell them, hey, next unicorn competition, why don't you also compete? Because they've already seen some of their village people going all the way to United States and pitching and getting the funding and all that. So with that, I mean, I started my second cohort. That was recently before the war. We had this conference in Dubai itself, and many of you attended that conference, particularly Rishikesh and all his friends. So we noticed that in that, I mean, we conducted this unicorn competition in 18 states, including states like Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and all that. And some of the kids who came from Bihar is very much neglected and not of infrastructure issues and all that. From such a state, I mean, very dynamic people with creative people, they came and presented, they're getting the funding and they're whatever the idea, they already got the patent, now they're going to the markets and all that. And in addition to that, what I noticed is four girls from a remote place like Kakinada in Andhra Pradesh state, they came out with a solution because always, even Hans was also mentioning that we have to identify a real problem, not a hypothetical problem, trying to solve some remote technology issues and all that, this thing for paper publishing. We have to really identify what is the real problem around you and see where there is a scalable solution that what you're building. And I noticed that four girls from Kakinada, when they went around in their villages, they found because a lot of banana farmers, after taking the crop, they were throwing all the banana stems and all that, and taking out from the fields, becoming a nuisance for them, and to cost a lot of money to take out all that stuff. But what these girls identified, they took all of them, and in between the banana stem, there's a white shoot. Using the white shoot, they came out with a nice four varieties of edible chocolates. Even a diabetic patient also can eat those chocolates. And they brought all the four varieties of those chocolates to the Dubai conference. And one chocolate company owner, he was also there during the conference. He saw those chocolates. We all ate those chocolates. Immediately, he asked me, Jay sir, can I acquire this company? Then I told I need to check up whether with their parents, with the university. And also, I want your chairman of the company, because he's a chairman's son who came to the conference. I requested, can you bring your honorable chairman for Hyderabad event? We are planning a unicorn event. There probably, if he can announce that they're going to acquire, I think that will make sense. And they all came. The chairman of the chocolate company came. They announced that acquisition of that chocolate company made out of banana shoot, white shoot. So these are the things which are happening. And all these things, whatever I'm telling, less than 9 months old. My experiment is just less than 9 months with few mentors, with few committed people. When I am able to do so many things, with all of you joining this mission, because poor people are there everywhere. We cannot leave them thing, and who eventually get into all kinds of antisocial activities. We have to pull them into the main street and have the balance between urban and rural, so that those countries will really do very well and will not have any problems whatsoever. Infrastructure problems will not be there, and other problems also will be able to solve. That's what right now I'm fully involved in making sure, not only within India, even last time when we were there in Dubai, some of the companies in Dubai, they also came, and the unicorns from Middle East area also came and I mean presented their ideas. I think poor people are there, rural people are there everywhere. I think we have to make a robust platform where mentors are involved and investors are also involved, and passionate people to connect them to the markets also required. So what I've been pleading everybody, just donate 1 hour a week. This 1 hour a week formula, donating 1 hour by some NRIs from high net worth individual, talking to a remote a boy or girl, this thing, that is transforming, and they're able to guide them properly. They're able to get them the investment. And see, the internet has democratized quality of education all over the globe, particularly countries like India, where internet is there every nook and corner. Because of that internet, they're able to learn everything, whatever a Stanford student in Silicon Valley they're learning. The same material is available, even in the remotest areas in India where the internet is available. So we need a proper mentoring mechanism to guide them properly and let them identify what are the local problems they're going to identify and solve this thing. With this, I think like in Sanatana Dharma, Sarve Jana Sukhne Bhavantu, we want everybody to be happy. If everybody has to be happy, I think we need to have this kind of platforms to see that not just creating unicorns from only Silicon Valley or maybe Dubai or Hyderabad. We need to create unicorns from every nook and corner of this entire world, and that's what I'm doing. And I need all the support from all of you, because you have certain strengths which we don't have, and if you combine our both the strength, I think we can help each other, and we can help the particularly remote people who are suffering but not having the proper kind of mentoring support, education support, funding support, market access support. I think your organization can play, Hemant, a big role for such people to get the visibility from wherever they are. If they are able to pitch their ideas, and your investor can invest in them and mentor them, I think that's a great way to say. With this, I once again want to thank all of you for giving me this opportunity, and also all of you, I mean, have been supporting Junicorn in a very big way. Particularly Rishikesh was after me, sir, you have to speak in this conference. Thank you, Rishikesh, for making me to talk about the Junicorns during this conference. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And this is what I call inspirational and a very aspirational message. What the dream that you have set up and the process and the structure that you have created to create grassroots level impact across the society at a national level. And of course, after the UN talk and participation from other countries, you've truly gone international in creating grassroots level changes and impact. Now that's truly inspirational and aspirational. So and one more thing, your story about those girls who built that whole satellite imaging with the balloons and all. I mean, it's mind blowing for me. Like, I mean, being from the cities, done my engineering, done my MBA, I haven't thought of doing anything of that sort.
Actually,
Was not inspired enough. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
even when I was there when they were launching the satellite using the helium balloon, I thought they must have put some stones in it, some box for media. This thing. One girl came to me, sir, I want to show you how we are monitoring all the at what height it is, what are the oxygen levels, all the pressure parameter. I was stunned. Really stunned. I mean, even IIT students, it's not that easy for them to build a satellite and monitor all the telemetry parameters, all the way they're solving the hyper local problems, weather guidance to the farmers and all those things. These are the things that we need to promote. We need to help them see that, I mean, these kids can solve all those problems, Hemant. All of us, we have to bring all the energies together to really solve this by solving them. We are solving the entire country. If everybody is happy, I don't think there will be any wars.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think that one single statement that when everybody is happy, there will be no wars. There would
Yes.
be peace. There would be happiness. All of us would be having a good time. And it's an honor for us to have three of those Junicorn projects showcased during our event. During these 11 days, we have got businesses which are pitching, but we have got businesses which are not necessarily pitching, but these are businesses or startups we want to showcase to the world that look at what is happening. Some of them are, of course, AI and they are building something great. But then we have got those grassroots problem solving startups which can actually create an impact in a very large number of people's lives where technology may not be having a direct impact in their play. So thank you, Jay sir, once again for being
I have
here and
one
inspiring us.
request. Can your organization, the platform what you have built, one day in a month, I request you to make it as a Junicorn Day, In that, wherever they are, not necessarily from only from India, wherever the such unicorn ideas which are curated by your jury, if some of them selected ones can pitch one day in a month, if that becomes a ongoing thing, I think we'll be helping a lot of people across the globe who do not have right now a platform to tell what they're trying to do and where the help is required. I think, Hemant, we need to do that.
Absolutely, sir. We are with you, and you are there to inspire us. And right there, we have an idea to execute, and we will be doing it. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.